Is that all the information I have on dude? Is he's a bus driver? Can I, can you give me anything else? What did Ian say? He's good to his mama. He he loves you. Whatever. I don't know.
He
Sure.
treats me
Sure.
well. He
Sure.
loves driving the bus.
Sure.
What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Bronzy.
Hey, hey. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I think all in all, I'm good. Keeping busy, traveling a
Right.
lot. You know,
That's always fun. Where's the next
yeah.
adventure?
Next adventure is Amsterdam on Monday.
On
Yeah.
Monday?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And you're just saying it so casual. Like, yeah,
I mean,
just going, just traveling. Just...
it's a quick work trip. So it's not like vacation or anything, but
Yeah, but it's still Amsterdam
sure,
on on work's dime. I'll
sure,
take
yeah. I'll take
it.
that. I'll take that part for sure.
Right. But that's exciting. That should be fun. I want to hear all about it. And then, well, maybe that's off the record, so I won't say that here.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, okay, cool.
we'll talk
Don't you have
about
isn't
whatever
there
the hell
another?
you're talking about later.
Yeah, later.
But you were asked if there was like another trip.
Yeah, didn't you have something else lined up?
Oh yeah, I'm going to Rio in like early June. That's vacation though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah, there may be
Yeah, we're
some
trying
other
to look
things in
at
there, but like off the record, yes, to your point.
yeah. We're trying to look at where we're going for vacation because that has not been planned and this is not like me. So I need to figure that out.
Yeah, I was like I was trying to make a concerted effort this year to like plan things and like get out. A lot of my travel, like I said, is for work as of
Hmm.
late. But last year I didn't really take a real vacation or like go somewhere that I can remember.
Yeah.
That's not true. I went somewhere with my line sisters. But like other than that, usually it's like at least once a quarter I try to like go somewhere and utilize this like unlimited PTO that we have over here. But
Like
I
stop
did not take
playing.
advantage. I did not take advantage at all last year. So trying to switch it up
Yeah,
this
let's
year.
go ahead and fix that. Let's course correct that this year because that's you need to do that. What happened to the road trip in France? Is that still like possible?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the funds are looking
Okay.
like
Well, we
around
we
my
also
birthday.
I was about to say we also had the plan B, which is the beach. Is that still
Where?
possible?
Well, I don't remember that one. See, I just be talking.
You
I
do
don't know
just
what
be
you're talking
talking.
about.
Okay, we'll let's get into what we got to talk about. We'll talk about that later
Yeah, this
since
turned
you
into
can't
like
recall.
this turned into the travel podcast.
Right.
Um,
But yo, this is episode 50 and that's a
yes,
milestone.
that
And I
is
think we should
episode
celebrate
50.
and I don't have any wine, but I'll toast to it afterward.
I got some
Cheers.
extra strong coffee right here, the Big Five
All
O.
right. But yeah, episode 50, you ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Above the fold.
All right. So first up and above the fold, it was reported that Kevin Durant has signed a lifetime deal with Nike. So shout out to him. Um, I'm not sure how long his relationship with Nike spans. I'm assuming since he got into the league, it's been a minute. I feel like
Hmm.
he's one of those Nike athletes that you can almost forget that he is a
Yeah,
Nike
you can forget
athlete.
he's a Nike athlete.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not as visible as like a LeBron. They don't do. I feel like with LeBron, there's always a piece of content going out or something, and then now
Hmm.
you got John Moran who's very visible, and I often forget the other basketball players that are on the roster. So for
Right.
him to get this lifetime deal um, is major, obviously for him. And then I think also like just from a personality perspective, like on paper, he gives me how do I want to say this? Like he gives me like Tim Duncan, like Kawhi Leonard type vibes as far as like a spokesperson, like pitchman type thing. He's not
Yes,
the most
yes.
he's not the most engaging personality. Like he's
Hmm.
sure like a superstar athlete, which is why he's getting this deal. But as far as just like being like the face of a brand and all of that kind of stuff, um,
Yeah.
he doesn't give you like wow, which again, I think it's interesting then, for a brand to like invest so heavily in him. That's just a testament to like his skill set, I should say.
Yeah.
Like you're that good on the court that like we don't care if, you know, you're the best
That part,
salesperson.
right. He has enough fans, he brings enough publicity and his skill set on the court that the personality factor is kind of like this becomes secondary. But not but. So I think Michael Jordan, now Kevin Durant, and there's another lifetime.
It's not LeBron.
LeBron. Yeah, you already said LeBron. Does Serena have a lifetime deal? Do you know?
I'm assuming so. I'm gonna assume anybody who gets their own building and design team and all that kind of stuff, it's got to be a lifetime situation.
Yeah, Serena, obviously. If you have a building named after you, yeah, you're it's a lifetime deal. But
It's got
yeah,
to
so
be.
congrats to him. I mean, that's huge. Like he's already paid for life, obviously, but it's like stamped, syndicated that that's their
Yeah,
partnership.
yeah. And
I
then
love it.
speaking, I do too. But speaking of big deals and sports deals, um, obviously we heard about the Jalen Hurts. Like at the time, it was like the biggest NFL deal of all time, and then quickly followed up by Lamar Jackson's deal.
Yep. So it was like almost 250, somewhere around there, 255,
Yeah,
something. And then Lamar's was like 5 mil more. I knew that was going to happen because everyone's going to be like, I want to be the highest paid. So it was very early in like the negotiation. You're during the off season. Um, but yeah, he literally has been playing with the pedigree. Like I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and
mm,
he's literally been playing with the pedigree. Like he was still in his rookie contract, and he's been playing exceptionally well. And it always felt very weird to me with him going against other QBs who are very highly paid, like Mahomes and things like that. And I'm like, yo, the pay discrepancy, obviously it happens because he's a rookie, but just felt insane being that they were on the same caliber in terms of what they delivered to the sport in their position. So I was really excited for a couple of reasons. A, that we get to keep Jalen Hurts as our QB. Like we brought the money, got that contract done. And B, the fact that he, as a black quarterback who's exceptional, is getting paid what he's worth and his just due. And the same for Lamar in this case. Obviously, with
yeah.
Lamar, it's a bit different. Um, like I don't know if he was still in his rookie contract or if he was
On
just up
Oh,
for
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if he was still in his rookie
negotiation.
contract. I highly doubt
Yeah, I
that.
think he was just up for renegotiation. And then I think thirdly, what we have to mention is Nicole Lynn, who is
Of
Jalen
course.
Hurts' agent. And I love that she's getting so much notoriety for the work that she's doing. The NFL draft just happened, and she also signed a couple of um, new drafts into her roster. So I'm excited for her
Yeah.
as well.
And like, to your point, the fact that the two highest paid NFL players right now are two black quarterbacks, like it wasn't that long ago that like you didn't see many if any black quarterbacks because of stereotypes and things of that nature about like putting a black person in that position. And so now not only are black quarterbacks kind of leading the charge, but being the highest paid in the in the league is a big deal.
Yeah, it's huge. And I'm excited for next season because yeah, I'm not going to get too forward. I'm just excited to cheer for the Eagles.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Jalen, Lamar, and Nicole.
Yeah. And shout out to Lamar Jackson too. He's from South Florida, so that's reason for
Yeah, I
me to
said
root for him.
Lamar. I said
I don't know.
Jalen,
I was
Lamar,
I
and
was just
Nicole.
saying
Oh,
I was
you
just
was just
saying
saying shout
the
out for
fact that he is
yeah,
from South Florida. Yeah.
fellow Floridian.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now you
Yeah,
rep in
we
Florida.
gotta take our wins. We gotta take our wins where we can get them. Okay, it's not much to root for in Florida.
You heard me. I said now you rep in Florida.
I said South Florida. I'm being very specific, okay?
Yes. Got
um,
you.
but next up, we have news from Clubhouse. So it looks like they're laying more than half of their staff off, which not surprising. I was thinking a little earlier, like what do we have from COVID that has kind of made it to 2023 unscathed, right? Like versus where is she? Very unclear. Clubhouse was the hottest thing in 2020, and now we can like actually see people in person and whatever, and share our hot takes in person. But
Yeah.
I can't think of anything other than the platform Zoom that has that has stood the test of time over these last 3 years.
Oh, I think you're right. And it's you'll be hard pressed to kind of think of something that has Zoom. I think is a good one. The metaverse, she's gone.
She's gone.
Um, there's another platform which will remain nameless. It seems to be thriving right now, but I don't know how long that's going to last with um, things going on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like I think we discussed this before, kind of saying like, what's going on with Clubhouse? Is anything happening? And then you also have Twitter now that's doing Twitter Spaces, which is basically Clubhouse. And I see people are navigating in that space. But yeah, I think we
But
saw
Twitter has
this.
its own set of problems too. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, I was just saying, like, from the competition or from the platform standpoint itself, like, no one's
right.
going to Clubhouse to just listen to and have conversations via just audio.
Mm,
I think those days are, it's not like it was 2 years ago. So
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised by this news. Uh, I think with something like Clubhouse, it's hard and you have to figure out how to iterate and kind of like move forward with the pace of time and with the industry. And just social listening isn't in this regard isn't as valuable right now.
Yeah. I'm thinking
So
of like
like
what
what
could
what
have.
could they add or what could they
I can't. Yeah. I
do?
mean, at least right off the top of my head, I can't think of much. I'm sure if I really sat down and put like my strategy hat on, maybe I could come up with something. But it's Saturday, and I don't get paid to do strategy on Saturdays.
Yeah, they need to play on the Clubhouse. Like what can you really make? Yeah, it should be some. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel like it either. But there are ways and things, and you can brainstorm and try to figure things out. But is it worth the investment at this point? That's
Right.
ultimately then will become the question.
Yeah. I'm like, it was cool when people were inside. Like 21 Savage is on there talking big shit.
They were
Everybody,
doing shows and like
yeah,
plays and
plays and stuff. And like, no, now I can go to the play.
auditioning. People were going on there singing and
Yeah.
giving TED talks.
So, well,
I haven't seen a post that said join on Clubhouse all year. When in 2020, 2021, that was where everybody was directing their audience to.
so question for you. What would need to what would need to happen on Clubhouse for you to tap in? If they said what, would you would you open the app, refresh the app?
If they said Beyonce was holding auditions, if they said
I knew you were about to say. I
that
thought you were gonna say Beyonce's dropping a new single or something.
that was gonna be my next one. I was gonna say if they said Beyonce is going to give the code for where the visuals are or something. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's there's not much that would cause me to run down to the app store and download Clubhouse.
Oh, so you already deleted it. You would have to go back to the app store.
Yeah, she been gone. Also, wasn't it like all exclusive at first? What
It
happened
was.
to that?
It
That went
was.
very
See,
fast.
we
Was
some
that like
elite.
beta or alpha?
We some elitist motherfuckers. Like they opened it up. And you're like, ew. They let too many
Right.
people in. I gotta go.
Like, what is this? Yeah. I mean, I hate to see something that had such a surge go so quickly. But ultimately, when you're not dynamic enough in that way, that's what happens. You run that risk.
Yeah. I also think that, like, and this could just be me, the people that I follow, and like maybe looking at this a bit one sided, but it felt like, at least in the beginning of the pandemic, or with the beginning of Clubhouse, that it was like a lot of black people that were really boosting its popularity.
Yeah.
A lot of
It was
black
the
Twitter, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. It was what
And
Black Planet should have been. It had all
exactly.
of us in a chokehold.
Yeah, and it was just, I think it was also like the newness of it, because a lot of the bigger voices and the bigger conversations were also still happening on Twitter, and it almost felt like a Twitter replacement, but Twitter at that point hadn't gone anywhere. So it was just like, okay,
Hmm.
well, what's keeping people from heading back to Twitter? But I think now, as we continue to flirt with the idea of Twitter possibly, you know, possibly going under, or whatever the hell is supposed to be happening with Twitter under Elon Musk's leadership, where does a community like Black Twitter go?
Enters Black Planet. We have to reestablish something. Like
I've given up on
there's not
Black
a
Planet.
there's not a place to go. What where there's not. It doesn't exist. I don't think it does. Do
Well,
you?
that's sad. No, I mean, I can't think of anything now that, I mean, I guess Reddit is like the closest thing, but that's more like
Mm,
sub
who's
community driven.
Yeah, and it's kind of long form. You kind of have to really get into the weeds. It's not as quick and accessible.
Exactly, exactly. But I don't know. I just feel like over the past however many years, there's just been too much good content that has come out of Black Twitter for one day it to just disappear. People have to, you know what I mean? Like, there has to
Yeah.
be, it may not be a one to one replacement, but like, community has been built. And like, I don't think that, yes, we call it Black Twitter, but I don't know that it's endemic to one platform. I think that community was built and it just happened to find a home on Twitter.
Yeah.
There has to be another home, you know,
Uh,
or someone will make one maybe.
I mean, when you put it that way, we're always everywhere. Like we always gonna find our pocket. Our community is our community, and it's always gonna
True.
exist. Like if you go to your IG and you go to your For You page, it's I guarantee you got just black people and black topics and all that on
I
there.
don't know about all that. Speak
Um,
for yourself. I don't know. Maybe my
what you
algorithm is
got?
all messed up. I
What
got
you got?
nail art,
Fashion and dogs and
puppies, and fashion,
puppy fashion.
and expensive ass couches. That's it.
Oh well, it does very much speak to you and who you are. Go
Okay.
figure.
Wow.
Nail art. Let me see your nails, Janelle. Let me
No,
see.
I have a nail
Where's the
appointment.
puppy? Show
See,
the
I
puppy.
said I had to.
Let's go.
I got to be done by 1:30 because I have a nail appointment, so I can't show you my nails
Oh,
right
okay. Well, still, my point exactly. The algorithm knows you.
now.
But yeah, I
I
don't know what's
guess.
going to happen with Clubhouse. Like these layoffs, is it a sign of the overall decline? Is it going to continue to decline? Or are they going to figure things out? I am curious to kind of like keep my eyes on them to see, just because I'm always curious to see how brands and platforms are able to navigate through the lows. Um, because there's a possibility that it does surge again, but who
Yeah,
knows?
we will see.
Yep.
Um, Next, I don't know if you heard, but after Lotto's Coachella performance, there was a lot of behind the scenes footage that came out, and come to find out, Tiana Taylor was her creative director for that performance.
Had no idea. Did not see the performance, but also didn't know that Teyana Taylor was her creative director. I love
Yeah,
that though.
I know, I
I
do
think
too. I love that for her.
I think Tiana is an exceptional creative, exceptional, and I feel like things like this are right up her lane. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
especially being that she's not actively doing music.
anymore. Yeah. I mean,
anymore.
unfortunately, because of
I love that she's still inserting herself in this way, in the ways that she gets energy and is really good at. Like, she's a creative being. Like,
yeah,
she exists to be creative, and anything she does is creative. I like this more than, I can't say more than. What was the brand she's a creative director for?
pretty
Pretty Little
little
Things.
things. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much
I,
of a
but I also
how much she
haven't.
really is a creative director of that, or if it's just you know
That's
what I
what I was
mean.
gonna
Like,
say. I also haven't really paid too much attention to Pretty Little Things to know what's coming out of it, to know what she is doing from a creative director standpoint there.
hmm
But this feels very native to who she is,
yeah,
like creative
and
directing for a pretty dope artist.
right, and I mean, and it's also like she has she's been directing music videos and spots, and I think there was like some ad recently, like some commercial recently that she might have directed. I'm blanking on I'm sure we talked about it, but I'm blanking on what the brand was. But she has
Mm,
that like auntie's brand when she has like on her creative hat and in her creative bag. And I
yes.
yeah, I mean we saw this though from like I remember the first time I saw Tiana Taylor was on My Super Sweet 16 when she had
Oh
her,
wow, yes,
and you could see it
yes.
then. Like this is a super creative girl. Um, I don't even know then that they had spoken about her as a artist necessarily. I
Hmm.
can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I like seeing her. I like seeing her behind the camera, behind the scenes, and um, even on the screen. We went to go see that movie. What was it called? A
A
thousand.
thousand, 10,000. What was the movie we saw?
1,001, 10,001, 10,000
A
ways
thousand and
to.
one.
Okay.
But we already knew. I couldn't remember the title when we was on our way to see it.
Listen, I'm
But
not.
anyway,
Listen, I don't know
yes.
if y'all peeped, but I definitely took a little. Not that the movie wasn't good. It's just, sometimes you
Both
just
of
got to
y'all took
catch a
naps.
couple Z's. And something about a movie theater just puts me in sleep mode. So, I mean, I think I got the gist though. It was cute. It was cute.
It's a good movie. I enjoy it. And she did exceptional in the role. It was believable. Like, I think that she really conveyed the story. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
see, she brought and she also ate at the Met Gala
she did.
in
She
her
really
Tom
did.
Brown. It
She
was
really
Tom Brown
did.
she wore, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And you saw she brought Chick-fil-A
Yes. That was
into
very
the,
on brand too. Love that. So
yeah.
yeah, so shout out to Tiana Taylor and all of her creative endeavors.
Yep.
Um, the next one was something you pointed out to me. You want to talk about this latest
Yes,
campaign?
I will. So, let's start. Okay, Coco Jones did a spot, brand ambassador with Pure Leaf, the beverage brand. Do you know who their parent company is? Is that Coke
It's
or
either
Pepsi?
Coke or Pepsi because they have it. It's weird because one has Pure Leaf, the other one has like Gold Gold Leaf, they're very similar names. Um, but Pure Leaf might be Coca Cola.
Pepsi.
Pepsi. I was going to say I should know this, but I used to always get tripped up when I worked on it.
Pepsi and Unilever,
Okay.
like a joint something.
hmm
But yeah, so I saw on IG that these spots dropped. Um, and it's pretty much Coco Jones promoting a new sugar-free or reduced sugar iced tea from Pure Leaf,
hmm
and they shot what looks like a vintage commercial, with like the product placement being there, and it's scripted for like really like a promo ad, almost like they did in the
Like an
'90s of like,
infomercial.
yeah, infomercial. That's the word I was looking for. And I thought it was cool. I think Coco Jones is exceptional. I really love that she's starting to get the ops that she's been really pushing for. One, her artistry is incredible. Like, that's first and foremost for me. She sings down. I'm excited to see what she continues to do. She's now on Bel Air, which is like pretty much a hit show on Peacock.
You watch it?
I
Oh,
haven't
okay,
finished
okay,
season 2, but
okay.
I need to. Um, and now this. And so I don't know what happened or what the partnership entails, but she also just released a music video for Double Back. Did you see that?
I've seen clips.
Eh,
That's one of my favorite songs on the EP, though.
Oh, nice. And in the post she like shouted out Pure Leaf like as a collaboration. So I don't know if they like as a
In
part
the
of this whole thing, they were like,
Oh, interesting.
yes, there's a post on her page where she says like shout out to Pure Leaf, and Pure Leaf is literally placed in the video on the
Oh, of
desk
course,
that
of
she's
course.
at. So I'm
So I'm
like,
sure they
was
paid
this
for
part of
it.
the deal where they were like, you're gonna like, we'll do this, you fund my video,
Of
and
course.
I'll promote it in the video as well. I also love the creative direction of the video because it was a nod to Two Can Play That Game.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this just felt really nostalgic and genius. And I liked how they pulled together a couple of different pieces um, to bring this whole thing to life: the ad, the promotion, the product, and the music. So it's her branding and how she's branding herself. And I hope that these sorts of initiatives with her continue. I love when a personality is able to pull all these aspects together to deliver their brand packaged up together in this way.
Yeah, yeah. And I see the post you're talking about now. Yeah, Pure Leaf definitely foot the bill for this.
Yeah, I love that.
I do too. I like, yeah, get all the money you can get.
Get all of it, bring it all
Leave these
together.
brands dry. Let me stop. Last thing we have on the list for Above the Fold is the latest campaign for Marnie. It's a collab with Erica Badu and two of her three kids. So they got Puma in there, they got Seven in there. Um, is it Puma? Yeah, they're missing Jay Electronica's daughter, but not much to say about the campaign other than it's cute. I like Erica Badu. I like that, just through her style, she's able to I mean, and obviously great music. She's able to stay relevant even without
Hmm.
dropping necessarily anything new. Um, she's going on tour this summer though, and I plan to be
I was about to
there.
say, isn't she about to go back on tour?
She's going back on tour. She's not coming to Portland, but I think she's coming to Seattle. So maybe I'll
She
head
coming
up
to New
there.
York too.
Of course she is.
Oh, yeah.
When does
You
she
didn't
come?
say I
Yeah.
would take a flight.
Uh, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. What it depends on timing and other things going on the calendar. But
Yeah,
in
yeah.
some city,
All the
hopefully, I
adult
get to catch
things.
her. Have you seen her live
Yeah, I think
before?
she.
I feel like we talked about this before, but
No,
listen,
but I would love to. You have convinced me, and over the course since that conversation, I have become more of a fan of hers than I was previously.
I know because I was like, if we go back into the archive, I was just like, damn, what did she do
We
to
are not
you?
pulling the archives.
Okay,
We're about to wipe
okay,
out the entire
we're
archive
wiping out the
of this
archive.
show.
But no, Erica Badu is one of those artists that like she doesn't have to drop anything. She doesn't necessarily have to drop anything. If she's going on tour and I'm close enough to go, I'm gonna go because whenever she performs live, it feels
Hmm.
like the music feels new. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
she
I
she.
saw
Mhm.
slight tangent. I saw Jill Scott last week, and I was really moved by her performance. I
Yes.
enjoyed it, and it was at a festival,
Yeah, she
and
gives
I
me
was
she
just
gives me like
like,
the type that could do this the has that same kind of energy, you know.
yeah, exactly. So when I was watching her, I was like, this is the feel and the vibe. And I've seen clips obviously of Erica Badu performing live, and it's definitely a vibe. So I do want to catch her live this go round.
Yeah.
You also like Marnie, so
I
those are
do.
two
I mean,
like
look.
collabs that you.
Yeah, that's it
So
making the
it's just
list to
all
talk
around.
about, even though I don't really have much to say about it. I'm like, I like Marnie, I like Erica. So there
Yeah,
we are.
and I just wonder how, like you said, if Erica isn't really doing anything right now. I love when an artist or a personality is able to lean on who they are as a person, and that's the pedigree that brands seek out, and like is like, oh, let's do a partnership with them. It's not
Yeah.
because she just dropped something new or there's this movie that she's in out or something that's happening. It's like, no, she's Erica Badu, and
Yeah.
therefore that's all the reason we need.
Yeah, and I'm like, even before the announcement of this partnership, I saw that she was on the cover of some magazine
Oh,
recently,
I
and I was
did
just
see
like,
that.
that's interesting, because usually that's reserved for people who got a new project coming. It's like a promo thing. So maybe it was promo
Yeah.
for the summer tour, but then she also had like an article
It
on
was Vogue.
Vogue, yeah. She also had an article on Essence, and Essence like the Canadian company, not the not
Mm,
the American
yeah,
magazine,
not the.
not the Black magazine, um, but yeah. So I just love that she's able to. She's evergreen, as we say in the industry.
Yes. Yes, she is. I do have a question for you.
Hmm.
This is random. Are we done? Are we done with this topic?
Yeah, we can be.
Okay. Would you date a bus driver?
Why are we doing this, Broncy? Why are we doing this? We are not
I
doing
just
this.
need to know.
We're
Would
not
you
doing
date
this.
a bus driver? I need to.
I need to see other.
I
I mean,
need.
is that all the information I have on dude? Is he's a bus driver? Can I, can you give me anything else? What did he on? Let's say he's good to his mama. He he loves you. Whatever. I don't know.
He
Sure.
treats me
Sure.
well. He
Sure.
loves driving the bus.
Sure. Why not?
The internet has been debating on this topic since that conversation.
Yo,
And I just wanted to know your take on
I'm
if
so
you,
sick of the
my
internet and
friend,
these
would
topics.
date a bus driver. What side are you on? Are you on Eliana's side? Or are you on Ebony's side?
Listen, I'm not going down this path with you. You know how I feel about Iyanla. I think it was a
Yes,
gotcha. It was a gotcha question. It was a
it
gotcha
was.
question because if she
It
said yes,
was.
you call her a liar. If she says no, then she's an elitist bitch. So
You're right.
there you
You're
go.
right.
But
And that's a question that you could just like to your point. That's a question you just can't answer flat out based on just the question. Is he a bus
yeah,
driver?
yeah. Like what are we talking about
Like
here?
what? There's so
But
much more to determining that. But yeah.
what I will say about the conversation at large, I'm like, I hate these top. I hate the things that Twitter gets caught up in, right? So it's like the $200. I put that in the same classification as like the $200 dates. You taking dinner with Jay Z or the whatever. You know what I mean? It's like those things that we always just recycle the same conversation. It may
Yes,
look a little bit different, but it's the same conversations over and fucking over. And like
it
I
is.
just I just ignore all that shit because I'm like, I'm bored. Y'all are boring.
That is true. It is the same conversation, packaged different,
Yeah. Next month they're gonna ask the same
same
question. It's just
debate.
gonna be, you gonna date a garbage man, like that. They're gonna do the same shit.
Would you marry a stripper?
Right.
Like what? Yeah. Cool, cool. Does that wrap?
That wraps above the fold.
All right, cool. So, this week, let's hop into Guess That Spokesperson. It is my turn to give you the clues, and you let me know who this individual is. I try to go easy, so you let me know.
Okay.
Um, I'm not trying to get vengeance out on you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the brand is BMW, and here are the clues for the spokesperson. They were first recruited by a talent agency at the age of 15.
Okay.
They've made their career in acting, singing, modeling, and a variety of business ventures. And they made their first public appearance in 1978 at the age of 7 when they appeared in a music video for Bob Marley's song In This Love.
Huh. Okay. Question. Has this person did this person date Skepta?
Um, Let me confirm.
I already know the answer.
I know you do. That's why I was like, go for it.
Is it the Naomi Campbell?
The Naomi Campbell. Yes. Did you see the ad
I
or
did. I
the
did.
placement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It was
pretty
a
good.
recent one. I figured you saw it. I didn't know if I sent it to you or not. But they have a whole spot and kind of like write up and video on the BMW site. It's for their new, I think it's called an M5,
Yeah, I don't know if I saw
which is
the
their.
if I saw the video. I know I saw like like the stills from it. But yeah. I didn't know that she was
Wait,
in a.
XM. It's called an XM. The M5
Okay.
is his car. You didn't know what?
So I didn't know she was in a Bob Marley music video at the age of 7.
Oh, no, I didn't know that either till I looked up the facts. What gave it away? Like, what clue gave it away for you?
I
Like,
knew.
was it
I
just
knew.
the spot? You were like, I
When as soon
recently
as you
saw a
said
spot.
BMW, the first thing that came to mind was Naomi Campbell's recent thing.
My
So,
recent, yeah.
and then the clues just kind of confirmed.
Normally, normally I get you with the more recent things,
I
but
know, I
I
know, and
think
that's why
being
I
that
knew.
this one
Again,
was,
I knew it was going to be recent, and I was just like, the only recent campaign I've seen had Naomi Campbell in it. So
got you.
I wish you saw this
Well,
dog. He
nice.
is
I'm glad you got it.
curled up in this
Hey,
bed
Spody,
like
did he get a bath
origami.
yet?
No, he needs one. He needs one though, before he goes
Cool.
to doggy camp all next week.
Is that training or just
No,
camp?
no, he just needs to be somewhere while I'm out of town.
Got you. All right, so let's go into let's go into that ain't it. Or going with your black ads. Who you got?
All right, so going with your black ads. Damn, there's a lot of contenders here. I'll say for let's just say, okay, I'm gonna go with Teyana Taylor for going with your black ads. I think she's out here diversifying that portfolio and getting bags in different games. So I'm
Mm,
gonna go with her, even though it could have been any number of people on this list. Um,
yeah, this was a good list we had today.
yeah, and for that ain't it. I guess I'm going with Clubhouse and any of those platforms and shows and brands that started during the pandemic that have not been able to maintain. Like that ain't it. Just from not that they necessarily did anything wrong. The climate has just changed, and either you can adjust or
Yeah,
you can't.
I'm going to go with Coco Jones as going with your black ads because literally an ad with Pure Leaf and Clubhouse. I think that's the only valuable option on the topics
Yeah,
that we talked about. Actually, no, reverse that. I'm gonna give that ain't it to Iyanla because
it's because Iyanla is
to
never
pose a
it.
question like that and then like to double down on it and try to make it appear like that was a valid question to ask and pose in that way, it's like so
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to
there were
her.
two villains in that clip though. Let's be real, because since then, I mean, not that I want to get on this, but since then, Homegirl Ebony has been going on a press run about that moment, and I'm like, you're not doing yourself any favors. Neither one of them did themselves any favors, and I just wish they would both. I wish she would shut up. All of them. I wish everybody would shut up. But I personally just don't like Iyanla Van Zant. Like I I don't. Outside of this whole situation, she
Hmm.
is not trained or equipped to fix people's lives. She's an attorney, and that is why on her show she had Hazel Lee singing "Pop My Butt, Pop Pop My Butt" to
To
Harriet Tubman and
photos.
Sojourner Truth. That's why she had a man on his hands and knees putting his mouth over dug up holes in the ground, because she's not equipped.
That's why Tamar asked her. Iyanla was like, "Do you want to do this?" And Tamar was like, "Do you?"
That's why she had to go into the bush and weep. Sis is a whole charlatan. She's a scammer.
Oh,
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
all right. That wraps up this week's episode of With Your Black Ads. Thank y'all for listening. Please follow us. We're everywhere: Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Visit the website, witchyourblackads.com, where you can find all of the latest updates, including our episodes, and listen wherever you listen to podcasts. We will see y'all next time.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. God, that's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.